morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video, and welcome to the very last day of Vlogmas. I cannot believe that that sentence just left my mouth. When I set out to do Vlogmas, I wholeheartedly believed that I would maybe be able to do a week and then have a breakdown because it's way too much work. But here we are on December 31st, filming our very last video of the month. If you're new to my channel, there are 30 other videos uploaded this month that you can go and check out. Definitely recommend that you do that, especially if you're new. If this is your first video, or if you've been with me for the entirety of this month, or for the entirety of my YouTube career, my YouTube history, I appreciate every single minute that you have spent watching my content. As a content creator, this obviously is my full-time job, and your support literally means the world to me. I really appreciate it, and I am so excited for this upcoming year. Doing this month of Vlogmas has really allowed me to get over some of those hurdles and some of those difficulties that I always had when it came to YouTube. Obviously, I am so far from being the creator that I want to be, but there were a lot of excuses that hindered me from ever uploading at all. And now, having actually uploaded a video every single day for the past 30 days has really just proven to myself that I can do this. And yeah, I'm so excited for this upcoming year. And I hope that you guys will stick around to see what it has in store for all of us. But anyway, for now, we are just gonna get into today's video, which is gonna be a mic'd up at home workout and then what I eat for breakfast. We're leaving in a little bit to go see Quinn's family, so I don't have a ton of time. I've also been feeling a little bit under the weather, and as I'm sure you can tell by my bloating today, I am supposed to get my period any day now. So I have some abdominal distress, a little bit of bloating, a little bit of cramping, and just generally feel like a home workout instead of pumping one out at the gym. So I thought that I would share my home workout routine with you guys. We're gonna do a Pilates inspired arm workout. Seeing as tomorrow is January 1st, I'm sure many of you have set out New Year's resolutions or goals and habits that you are hoping to focus on and integrate into your daily lives in 2025. I think this video is perfect for those new to working out because it shows you just how simple daily movement and working out can be. I really like to not overcomplicate things. I've talked about this over the last couple of weeks, but especially during the holidays, I try to make working out as achievable as possible. So if that means 10 minutes of really light dumbbell work, I'm happy. If you work out from home, if you're new to working out, or you're just looking to switch up your routine, then this video is perfect. Let's get into our workout. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm just gonna be doing a Pilates-based arm workout. I have written out 6 exercises. This, by the way, is a great thing to do if you are new to the gym. If you're maybe new to the space, you're new to exercising, and you deal with a little bit of gym anxiety, try writing out your workouts before you get to the gym. It's just gonna make everything so much easier. I've now gotten to a place where I can go to the gym and I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing, but my workouts still go so much smoother when I have everything written out. So we have 6 exercises. They are all upper body focused, specifically our arms. So we have exercises to target our biceps, our shoulders, and our triceps. In terms of my weight today, I am just using 3-pound dumbbells. So again, just goes to show you really don't need a lot of equipment to get a good burn in. Now, obviously, feel free to adjust the rep ranges to the weights that you have available to you. This is the only pair of dumbbells that I have here at home. With lighter weights like this, I'm gonna be doing a higher rep range, but obviously if you have heavier weights, no matter what weight you're using, you just wanna find a rep range where most of the reps you can perform comfortably and with really good form. And depending on your training goals, those last few reps should push you to failure. For our first exercise, we have 10 bicep curls into 10 hammer curls. We really want to isolate the bicep by making sure that we keep our elbows still, nice and close to the body. Our core stays engaged, our ribs are not flared, core stays tight. In a bicep curl, your palms face the sky. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this straight into hammer curls. So now our palms face inwards, and then we're gonna continue that same movement. So once again, making sure that we are not using any momentum, we are isolating the bicep by hinging at our elbows. I might actually have to adjust these rep ranges. Usually I do 10 and 10 when I'm using 8 pounds. Now these 3 pounds obviously are so much lighter than that. So I might have to push to do 20 of each exercise. But again, this totally just depends on what weight you have available to you, and you can kind of be the judge of that as you go. After completing 3 or 4 sets of that biceps superset, we're gonna be going into a lateral and front raise combination. So with one arm, we're gonna go into that lateral raise. At the same time, we're gonna take the other arm and get it into a front raise. That counts as 1 rep. Then we switch. So this time my right hand is in a lateral raise, my left hand is in a front. We drop them down and we switch. Now for these, you wanna keep a slight bend in your elbow, and we wanna make sure that our hand only goes up to about shoulder height. So you don't need to go any higher than that. Lateral raises can be one of the most tricky exercises, but they're also one of the best for your shoulders. Something that I try to keep in mind is when your arm is extended, you want your elbow and your hand to track slightly in front of your shoulder. So when we go into our lateral raise, we don't want to be here, but instead we want to be here. And then another great cue is to make sure that you're leading with your elbow, not your hands. So we don't want it to look like this, but instead you want to drive with your elbow. Now, once again, after completing 3 or 4 difficult sets of that front raise, lateral raise combination, we're now gonna go into another combination move. This time, we're gonna be combining a tricep kickback with a hammer curl and a shoulder press, okay? So we have 3 moves in this big move. In this, we're targeting 3 different body parts. We're targeting the triceps, then a little bit of that bicep, and then our shoulders. Now, when we go into that kickback, you wanna make sure that you hinge at the hips and bring your upper body forward. So we're gonna take it into that kickback, squeezing the triceps, curl and press. So our upper body is performing a bit of a hinging movement. Again, making sure that the spine stays nice and straight. You wanna protect that lower back by keeping your core engaged. You can think about bracing for a punch. That's the best way to make sure that your core is fired up and engaged and ready to support your upper body and protect that lower back. Whew. Okay, after that, we're gonna go into one of my favorite shoulder burnout exercises. This is probably one of the most underestimated exercises ever. It looks so easy, but it's so difficult for literally no reason. All we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our hands up into a 90, so keeping those elbows at shoulder height. Our wrists are locked, nice and strong. Again, making sure that core is tucked. So think about tilting your pelvis and squeezing that belly button to your spine. And now all you're gonna do is open up into a cactus position, kind of like a goalpost, and then close it up. That's it. That right here is the move. And I can guarantee you, you're gonna have to pick a lower rep range than any other exercise for this cactus. Making sure that our elbow stays nice and high throughout the entire movement. I never want to see you drop your elbows. We're always at shoulder height. To protect your shoulder and your rotator cuff, you wanna make sure that when you do come out, you're keeping your elbows tucked slightly. So see, I'm not coming all the way out here because that's gonna put our rotator cuff and our shoulder under strain. You want to make sure that we keep those elbows slightly tucked. I think I've only done 10 and my shoulders are already burning. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, those are so hard. After about 3 or 4 sets of that, we're gonna go back into that high cactus hold position. And this time, we're gonna be not only burning out our shoulders, but also involving our biceps a little bit by doing what's called a high curl. Once again, one of the most underestimated exercises. For our very last exercises, you can actually get rid of these dumbbells. Have a sip of water whenever you can. We're gonna be burning out the triceps with a tricep push-up variation. Now, if you'd like to, you can just find tabletop, which is where our knees are stacked below our hips and our hands and wrists below our shoulders. And all you're gonna do is keep your spine nice and straight, core is engaged. You're gonna drop down, keeping our elbows nice and close to our side into that tricep push-up. Now, option here, we have a couple of options for you actually. You can bring your knees back so that your spine is a little bit more straight. Once again, keep your core engaged. And then we simply drop down to the floor and then push back up, squeezing through the triceps. There's another option for you. Or you can return back to tabletop, extend one leg, lift it up. This is one of my favorite Pilates moves, and it's basically just gonna put a little bit more strain. It's gonna challenge your core while also working a little bit of that glute, making it a great full body exercise. So with our leg extended nice and straight, you can point that toe, squeezing into that glute, making sure that once again, your core needs to be engaged. I don't want you to be doing this because that's no good, okay? So with our core engaged, pelvis is tucked, spine is neutral. We are feeling strong and settled in this position. We're gonna lift through the glute, and then proceed into the same movement. Now, if you're finding the tricep push-up to be a little bit difficult, just find a bit of a wider base with your hands, and instead of keeping your elbows tucked, you can flare them out a little. This is basically just gonna work a little bit more of your chest compared to just your triceps, but it is an easier option for you. So we have a ton of different variations. And since this is our last exercise, great opportunity here to do 3 or 4 sets of AMRAP, which means as many reps as possible. So we're basically just gonna burn out completely. This is our last exercise. So I really want you to find your challenge and then push yourself to failure. Oh my God. All right. And just like that, with 3-pound dumbbells and a mat, we have completed a nice upper body burner session. I am sweating, I am feeling pretty sore, and yeah, ready for some breakfast. Just like that, breakfast is served. We have some yam patties that I prepped in the air fryer, and then a special sauce with avocado and just pan-fried eggs. A couple of months ago, I saw a TikTok video from Kaylee Stewart where she shared a video of her and her husband making burgers, but instead of using burger buns, they used yam patties. And so immediately I had to try it out, and now I absolutely love using yam for burger patties or literally as any bread substitute at all. In Canada, we don't really have a ton of options for bread substitutes, and in the new year, I really want to try and stay away from enriched flours, which really limits my choices in the bread department. So instead, I now use yam wherever I can. Now, usually I pair it with my smoothie, but I already had that earlier today because I woke up so hungry and needed a little bit of fuel before I took the dogs out. So yeah, I am now gonna eat this. Quinn is just getting ready. I'm sure you can hear the shower running. We've got to get going, which basically brings me to the end of this video. I am so excited to close out the very last video of 2024. This past week, I had a lot more that I wanted to do, but just because things have been so busy with family, I'm gonna be doing things next week. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Don't miss any of my future uploads. My next couple of videos are gonna be all about goal setting, home resetting, and making vision boards. So if that is your jam, make sure to stick around. As always, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have the most incredible start to 2025, and I will see you guys all in the next video.